The world is increasingly connected, merging technology and nature in unexpected ways.
When you think of the world's smartest economies, which country comes to mind first? Is it Singapore, the futuristic Asian city-state where innovation moves at the speed of policy? Or Switzerland, the quiet European powerhouse known for precision, stability, and global trust? Both countries are rich, both are highly educated, both rank at the top of global competitiveness indexes. But here's the real question. Which one is actually winning the global talent war? In a world where ideas move faster than money, talent is the most valuable resource of all. Countries are no longer just competing on taxes or infrastructure, they're competing for human capital. Today, we're breaking down Singapore versus Switzerland, their immigration systems, innovation ecosystems, quality of life, and long-term strategy to find out who is truly building the workforce of tomorrow. And the answer might surprise you. Let's start with the big picture. In the 21st century, nations don't rise because of land or natural resources. They rise because of people. Engineers, researchers, founders, scientists, and global professionals. Talent creates new companies, new technologies, new industries. And once talent clusters in one place, capital, innovation, and power follow. That's why countries like Singapore and Switzerland are locked in a silent but intense competition, not with weapons, but with policies. First, immigration. Singapore is aggressively selective but highly welcoming to skilled professionals. Its employment pass system is fast, efficient, and clearly structured. If you're a software engineer, AI researcher, finance expert, or biotech specialist, Singapore wants you now. The government actively adjusts visa rules to attract tech founders, startup teams, global executives, deep tech researchers. In many cases, approval takes weeks, not years. Switzerland, on the other hand, is more conservative. While it welcomes high-skilled workers, especially from the EU, its immigration system is slower, quota-based, and more complex for non-Europeans. Work permits often depend on cantonal approval, language integration, and strict labor market tests. Result? Switzerland attracts exceptional specialists. Singapore attracts global volume at scale. In the race for speed and flexibility, Singapore takes the lead. Now let's talk about opportunity. Singapore's innovation ecosystem is built like a startup itself, fast, adaptive, and government-backed. It offers world-class startup accelerators, massive public funding for R&D, strong links between universities and industry, easy access to Asian markets. If you're building a fintech, AI, Web3, or climate startup, Singapore gives you capital, talent, regulatory clarity, and most importantly, momentum. Switzerland, meanwhile, is a different kind of innovator. It dominates in pharmaceuticals, medical technology, precision engineering, and advanced research. Swiss universities like ETH Zurich consistently rank among the world's best. Companies like Roche, Novartis, and ADB anchor deep scientific expertise. But innovation here is slower, more methodical, and less startup chaotic. So the difference is clear. Singapore favors speed and scale. Switzerland favors depth and precision. Which one attracts more global talent today? For younger mobile professionals, Singapore. Talent doesn't just chase money, it chases life quality. And this is where Switzerland shines. Switzerland offers clean air, natural beauty, low crime, strong social security, and excellent public services. Work-life balance is respected, stress is lower, the system is stable and predictable. For families, researchers, and long-term settlers, Switzerland feels like a safe harbor. Singapore, by contrast, is intense. It's clean, safe, and efficient, but also expensive, competitive, and fast-paced. Work hours are longer, housing costs are high,
Life moves quickly, but Singapore compensates with world-class healthcare, zero tolerance for chaos, and exceptional urban convenience. In short, Switzerland wins on lifestyle, Singapore wins on career acceleration. Now let's talk about incentives. Singapore's tax system is one of the most talent-friendly in the world. Low personal income tax, no capital gains tax, no inheritance tax. For entrepreneurs and investors, this is a huge advantage. Switzerland also offers competitive taxes, but they vary by canton and can be confusing for newcomers. While some regions are very attractive, others are less so. Singapore's system is simpler, clearer, and globally marketed. In a world where top talent is mobile, simplicity matters. Here's where things get interesting. Singapore has a centralized, future-focused strategy. The government actively plans for AI transformation, aging population, automation, and global competition. Talent policy is not reactive, it's strategic. Switzerland, however, relies more on tradition and decentralization. Its strength is stability, but that can also mean slower adaptation to global shifts. In a fast-changing world, speed often beats perfection. So, who's actually winning the global talent war? The answer depends on what kind of talent we're talking about. If you are a young professional, a founder, a global executive, a tech innovator, Singapore is winning. It offers speed, opportunity, and global connectivity. But if you are a senior researcher, a scientist, a family-oriented professional, someone seeking long-term stability, Switzerland still holds powerful appeal. However, in terms of future workforce dominance, policy agility, and global talent inflow, Singapore currently has the edge. The global talent war isn't about today, it's about tomorrow. And the countries that win won't be the biggest, they'll be the smartest. This is FinDesk. If you want deeper insights into global power shifts, economic strategy, and the future of work, subscribe and stay ahead.